Hey, Dustin here. Thought I would shoot a quick demo of these two Echoplexes. This one here on the right is a rare transitional EP2. It's a solid state model. It's actually got the innards of an EP3. Essentially, when the factory was switching from making EP2s to 3s, they had a bunch of leftover EP2 parts like chassis and cabinets. So they essentially fit the early EP3 circuit into an EP2 chassis. So both of these have just been restored as well. This model is the latest EP3. This is one of the late serial numbers before they switched to making exclusively EP4s. The reason I'm doing this demo is to highlight how, say, the early EP3 circuit is very, very dark repeats, and the later one is much brighter, and that was as a result of musicians complaining that the echo was too dark and it would get lost in a mix. So as the circuit developed over a series of revisions, they made it brighter and brighter sounding. Part of the reason why the early circuits and most tape echoes in general have a kind of darker repeat is because when the signal is applied to the circuit that actually records the input sound or whatever you're doing, the tape head has a natural high frequency de-emphasis. It's very hard, requires a lot of energy to really record the really high frequencies. So what they do to compensate is the signal going in, they attenuate, they roll off the high end, and then after it's been recorded and sent to the playback circuit to be amplified up to a level which you could hear it being blended with the dry signal, they actually try to re-emphasize the high end. So they de-emphasize it on the input and they try to re-emphasize it on the output, but it never completely translates to being a kind of a perfect thing. So the repeats in a tape delay are usually quite a bit darker than, say, a digital delay. But anyway, this represents kind of the earliest version of this circuit, and this one represents the latest. So I just wanted to do a demo of those. So quickly, I've got them daisy chained into one another, and I know a lot of people would be like, well, they've got a preamp in them that colors the tone, and you're running it through two preamps, so it's not a fair test. Well, yeah, maybe not perfect test, but we're not, the preamp is really most effective in hearing the dry tone. So this is the dry tone with a Strat and a bridge pickup. And that's through my Tweed Pro here that I built a while back, sold to a client in Canada. So anyway, without further ado, we'll run through them. So I will try this one first, and then I'll move to this one, and we'll get an idea of how those sound. So this is the early EP3 circuit. This is the later one. Early one. And just for fun, turn both of them on.